Welcome to the Chess Free app. We are going to be discussing a game played against computer level 11, which is the second hardest level. We're going to discuss how to basically beat them. And this is a tough game because they don't really give you anything. So I'm going to go to review game here. And we're going to go to the very start. So first move is just, pawn e4. We're playing as white. They play with black e5, knight. Okay, knight there. I move the bishop here. I typically don't, but I was playing conservative. What I'm trying to do is just consolidate a position and figure out what the heck they're trying to do in terms of moving their king. My goal here is to try to figure out a way to basically overload one side. I can't beat them on, tactics and stuff because the computer is going to be able to outthink me. So I need to figure out a way to overload. That's my best odds of success here. They put their knight forward. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go to move 4. I bring the knight forward, pawn forward. I castle early, very early here. Move 5, bishop here, and then what I decide to do on this move right here, I bring the pawn forward to h3. And the reason I did that is I don't want them to develop their bishop on C. Or the black bishop up there. I can't see the one on. Anyway, this is where it gets interesting here. They bring their knight forward. Okay, they've got a knight well positioned. All right, so I decide to play d3, and the reason I'm doing that is so I can open up a spot for the bishop. What I'm thinking here is that they are going to castle. Fair enough. My plan is to attack that position at all cost. Basically, I'm going to trade off piece value to knock out the position. So I'm going to be sacrificing the bishop, basically. Okay, they just play a pawn. I decided to move my bishop over here. And the reason I did that, instead of moving the bishop to play, h6, is I'm trying to get their knight to make a move and get it out of there. Now, the thing about bishops and knights are very effective if you're playing a game where there's a bunch of pawns and there's not a lot of spaces to move. Knights are less effective in open games. Bishops are more effective in those type of games. So anyway, we're at that spot right there. They play a knight. It takes e2 check. Okay. My first reaction was, okay, I'll capture with the queen. However, black is going to castle. Probably going to castle pretty soon. That's their plan. So we want to condense and consolidate. We want to make the space really tight and be able to attack that space. And to do that, we need as many pieces as possible, especially if we're planning to sacrifice our bishop to h6 later on. So that means don't capture with the queen. We want to be able to develop that piece as well. We're going to capture with the knight. So we'll play knight takes e2. Now black castles there. Okay, it's time to get going here. We're going to play queen to d2 right there. And this is basically, I basically played my hand here. And the plan is to, their king is pretty boxed in. We're going to basically take apart the position as best we can. And hopefully have enough space, or hopefully they don't have enough space to do that. So they move the bishop forward, which doesn't really help a ton. We play the bishop to h6 there. They're going to capture with a pawn. Now we can bring our queen forward, and this is where the game kind of breaks down. Okay, so they bring the queen out here. That doesn't really help them, or doesn't help the position defensively. We're going to bring one of our knights forward. The question is which one. I decided to play knight g5. Now, I don't have checkmate because the knight on f6 is basically blocking the h7 checkmate. So I need to bring another knight forward. They play queen takes. Okay, whatever. I'm going to let them take apart that position because I've got my king well defended. I'm going to bring the other knight forward to g3. And now if you see the move that they make here, bishop takes, they're in trouble. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply capture with a queen. They bring a rook forward to there, which isn't going to help them. I feel like, I don't know, but I don't write the AI programming. In short, they need to figure out a way to get out of that condensed position because I'm going to attack it and I'll have strength in numbers there. So I play queen back to h6. They capture the... This is how I know that I won, because they capture with a queen there. So we take the queen with a rook there. You know, try to consolidate the position. But anyway, strength in numbers here. So they play a pawn, and we play knight to f5 here. Okay, and that pretty much is game over there. We get the checkmate. And yeah, that's how you beat the computer at... When you're playing them at really high levels, you have to figure out a way to exploit an imbalance, maybe sacrifice a piece and overload. It's much easier said than done, but that's basically how you would beat the computer at a high level, because you're not going to be able to outthink them tactically. You may have one or two ideas, or three or four, but they can run multiple calculations and stuff and exploit at that level. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. I'd like to thank you for watching and wish you good luck.